Welcome to this men's colognes channel. Today's video is all about alpha male colognes for men. They are fragrances that are confidence boosting, they are very assertive, and they are kind of dominant. There is definite dominant sort of male energy to them. If you're intrigued which ones they are, then keep on watching. 3, 2, 1, let's do this. First fragrance, it is no other than Armani Code Parfum. This fragrance has got great longevity, great projection, and let me tell you, there's absolutely magic in the air. It's minty, it's a bit smoky, it's woody, it's a bit fresh at the same time. This is a fragrance that is a blind buy worthy item. Not only the projection and longevity, but also it just is one of those fragrances that everybody absolutely loves. To me, there is something about this mintiness. It's so alluring, so good. This is definitely a dominant masculine fragrance. It is also a bit more moody, a bit more sexy energy. So if you want to walk into a room, just dominate the room, smell really strongly and powerfully and amazing, this is definitely a contender. And just note, magnetic cup, a plus for this fragrance. Next up is an oldie but a goodie. There is a couple of oldies that are still just killing it, and this is one of them, the good old Le Mans, the original. This still is such a good fragrance, especially if you like more of a classy fragrance. Maybe you're a bit older, or maybe you just like that sort of a scent. This is again a strong fragrance, a fragrance that just gives you a presence. It's still good. It's got this soapy, clean smell. It's also got lavender. It's really masculine. This was such a popular fragrance. Now the flankers, I believe, might be a bit more popular than the original, but this was so popular for a good reason, because the projection longevity is amazing. The price is amazing. You can get it at discounters. I'll link some of my favorites down below for an amazing deal. And it just smells classic, good, and masculine. Next up, we've got a Chanel fragrance, but not what you might think. It is a Chanel Platinum Egoist. This is another oldie but a goodie. This was so popular in the 90s, I believe. Well, I was just born, so I don't exactly know, but I think so. And this fragrance is so good still. Every time I go to a Chanel counter, I'm like, man, this is a smashing fragrance. It definitely has got this vintagey, masculine scent that is so good. I love how sparkling and fresh it is. It's got lavender, nutmeg. It's so full of many notes, but overall I would say it smells classic, extremely masculine. It's like this barbershop sort of a fragrance, but made so high-end, so classy. This, if you want to differentiate yourself, not so many people now wear it. It was so popular in the 90s, so try it right now and I promise you people will be like, whoa, this guy smells amazing. He's probably wearing like a super niche fragrance, but no, it's just Chanel, and people forgot how good it is, but it is amazing. If you're looking for a super hyper strong fragrance, for a fragrance that you walk into a room and you will be noticed, this is not a little fly on the wall sort of situation. No, this is a boss energy. I mean, it's a bit cringy to say boss energy, but it does give that energy. It is Gentle Fluidity Silver Cup from MFK. Man, this fragrance is good. I mean, look at this bottle. It's more than halfway done. My husband adores this fragrance and I force him to wear it, okay? This is how good it is, especially in the summertime. Man, it's so crisp in the air. It smells so masculine, so fresh. This is such a versatile fragrance as well. You can wear it if you're out playing tennis, if you are going shopping, if you're going on a date, you can. It's so versatile. This just reminds me of a very active masculine guy. Like, he loves sports and he wants to smell like he just smells woody, fresh. It is sort of a fragrance that is similar to Creed Aventus in its sort of energy and how light it is, but it's not a dupe. It definitely smells very different, but it does have very similar vibes. So if you're into Creed Aventus, you want something different, niche, super long lasting, super masculine, super projecting and everything, this, try it out. It's very, very good. And next up, we've got a cheapie but a goodie. If you are going to go for Davidoff Cool Water, go for this flanker. It is the Intense Eau de Parfum. I myself, I'm not the biggest fan of the original, I'm sorry, but this one I am totally for. This is an amazing fragrance, especially for the price. It is masculine, it is no-brainer, it is every situation worthy, it's super fresh, it's a bit fruity, a bit sweet as well, so it's got a bit less classy feel than the original. This is definitely a younger, funnier, outgoing version of Davidoff Cool Water. It's also long-lasting, projecting. Most of these fragrances are, and this is just a killer, especially for the price. If you are going to just buy one fragrance and you want a fragrance that is super cheap from this video, try it out. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. This is an amazing fragrance, no matter what age you are. This list also could not be made without Dior Fahrenheit. You love it or hate it. I personally love Dior Fahrenheit. I can just be the advocate forever because this fragrance is such a masculine fragrance. It's so raw, it's bad boy energy, so good. It's leather, it's got this cucumber fresh opening. It's, to me, spicy, multifaceted. It's just smells very masculine, but not a very dressy masculine guy. This is a guy who literally doesn't care about shirts and anything like that. This is a casual masculine scent. So good, so strong. Still, to me, this is a classic. I find it extremely attractive. And yeah, I bet there will be some comments saying like, Dior Fahrenheit, we hate it. No, I love it. Come on, some supporters of Dior Fahrenheit, leave me a comment down below. Next, alpha male sort of fragrance. It's definitely this one. This is probably like a president of this video here. President of alpha male fragrances, Dior Sauvage Eau de Toilette. This scent, it's so masculine. Again, more of a casual fragrance, white t-shirt, weekends, versatile sort of fragrance. I love the projection and longevity of Eau de Toilette, especially in the opening of the Eau de Toilette. Just Take Me Now. It's so good, so just raw and very in your face, but in the best way possible. Although I will say that you can overdo this scent, so don't go absolutely crazy with this. You can safely apply, I would say, 4 to 6 sprays, even 7, but don't go over like the 10 mark with this one. Just don't, because I've heard women say to me that they find this off-putting if this fragrance is oversprayed, and I get why, because it's just so, it can be suffocating. So use it with caution, but it is one of the most masculine fragrances and really attractive, fresh, everything on the market. Next, this fragrance again had to be on this list, and it is Creed Aventus. This fragrance is killer, absolutely amazing, fresh, pineapple, oh man, woody. This fragrance, I remember I showed this fragrance to my work colleague, and I was like, oh, I don't get the hype, because when I first got into fragrances, I was like, oh, I don't get the hype of Creed Aventus. Now I get it, and I love this fragrance even, but before I was like, and then I showed it to my colleague, and she was like, what fragrance is it? Write it down. What fragrance is it? So this is the sort of reaction that I've seen that women have to this sort of fragrance. It is manly, it's woody, it's fresh. I get it now. I am totally sold on Creed Aventus. The only issue sometimes is with longevity, but I believe it might get better now. Let me know if you've recently purchased Creed Aventus, because the company was bought out. Maybe they've improved the longevity and projection, the consistency of it. Let me know, and other guys as well in the comments. That would be very helpful if you've purchased it in the last year, let's say. Next up is Tom Ford Tuscan Leather. This is again a love or hate fragrance. I wouldn't recommend blind buying this one in particular. To me, this fragrance is really polarizing. Sometimes I absolutely hate it, sometimes I love it, but one thing is for sure, it's extremely masculine, it's dominant, it's definitely just will dominate every other masculine fragrance in the room. It's strong, it's got this leather scent, but it's also kind of green and bitter and just in your face. If you enjoy this sort of an attitude of like me or don't like me, this is who I am, I want to be that person, this is that sort of a fragrance. So I would recommend it only if you are that sort of alpha male guy, if you don't want to be crowd pleasing, if you just like a fragrance that is in your face, masculine, just like a Italian mafioso, this sort of vibe, then this is the fragrance for you. Next up is a Bulgari fragrance, and it's Aquapuram. This scent is extremely masculine, smells like seaweed, like cucumber, bit of salt, just very marine-like, sporty as hell, so sexy. And this smells amazing because it really smells so natural on your skin. This is the opposite of Dior Sauvage or the Toilette, which smells quite artificial, let's say. This smells much more just like the earth, the sea, it just melts into your skin and smells absolutely insanely sexy, masculine. Very good fragrance. You can get it for really affordable as well at discounters, and I recommend it, and I've recommended forever because it's so good. It's the best Aqua Bulgari fragrance for me. It does have something really undeniably just sexy and good, and if you want to smell like a sea god, then this is the fragrance for you. And another fragrance that is extremely alpha male, and it is kind of in your face, it can be very strong, and it's so good. It's Acqua di Gio Profumo. This scent is so good. I know that so many people now love the Profonda, and I love the Profonda version as well, but there is something to say for this one still. It's got such good performance, it's fresh, it's marine-like, it's got magnetic patchouli, it's just so masculine, kind of traditional at this point because it's been around, this DNA has been around for a bit longer, and it's still such a good scent, so attractive, and I love it to death, and I would recommend it for any of you. Even if you're younger, if you're older, like any age, try it out because it's still such a good fragrance and it's got an amazing performance for a freshie. What is your number one alpha male fragrance? Let us know in the comments because we want to know what is your favorite, which one maybe I have missed. I'll link all the fragrances, any samples I have for them in the description of this video. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now and Happy New Year!